What's up, everybody? It's your boy P from Loud Pack. Just tapping in with another video. Um, man, I just wanted to touch on something that I noticed about this last big fight that we had, Terrence Crawford versus Spence. Um, I want to talk about how many casual fans this fight brought in. Now, like boxing always had casual fans, but in my opinion, I never seen it this bad before. Like from the celebrities to the athletes to just all the boxing channels that popped up out of nowhere when this fight was announced. You know, and like a casual fan, ain't nothing wrong with a casual fan, but it's just like you got your casual fans and you got your diehard fans. You know what I'm saying? You got your diehard fans who follow the sport regardless. You know what I'm saying? They got love for the fighters. They got love for the sport of boxing, not just when it's a big fight. You know what I'm saying? They rock with their guys, win, lose, or draw. Die-hard boxing fans. Um, so, when you see athletes and celebrities coming into the boxing realm, giving their opinions and breakdowns of fights, just because they're a celebrity or athlete don't mean they know more about the sport than the average person. To be honest, they probably don't. They not putting in the time that the average blogger or YouTuber, boxing blogger or YouTuber is putting in studying the sport. They don't have time. You making movies, you playing sports. You know what I'm saying? But they got a bigger voice. So when they come and say something, it hit harder than the average Joe, which is a little frustrating because a lot of them don't know what they're talking about. A lot of them are just casual fans. A lot of them came in because this was a big fight. They don't necessarily follow the sport like that. Yeah, all of them say, I'm a boxing fan. I like Tyson and all this stuff, and that's cool, but it's a whole new era in the fight game right now. You know what I'm saying? There's new players in the game. It's new rules to the game. You know what I'm saying? The game has changed, so it's like a lot of these people not following the sport like that, but they giving these opinions on these big platforms, and they really touching people. So it's influential. You know what I'm saying? More influential than I would be. You know what I'm saying? So it's frustrating because just because they got a bigger platform don't mean that they know the sport. It's a perfect example is the casual fans, the same ones saying Spence got brain damage. They want him to rematch Terrence Crawford in December. Think about that. You said he got brain damage, but you want him to fight in December after taking the whooping that he took last week and 2 weekends ago or whatever. You can't be a fan. You can't be a true fan because you're not thinking about his well-being. Man got thrown from a car, detached retina, took a brutal beating in the ring. It's being said that he has brain damage, and y'all running with that story. But y'all want him to fight again. If a guy got brain damage, I don't want him to fight again. Sorry. You know what I'm saying? I want to see the best Spence in the ring fighting. I don't want to see a shadow of himself. That's what he looked like Saturday night. You know what I'm saying? People saying all this stuff was wrong with him. They're not saying Terrence Crawford made him look basic. But it is what it is. I'm not even going to debate that. My point of the story is like just how the casuals came in and turned this fight into something else. You know what I mean? And now that the fight is unfolded, it's a bunch of upset people and disappointed people just coming up with all kinds of different excuses. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, man, let that man Terrence Crawford have his glory. You know what I mean? It's in the books, regardless of what y'all say. Y'all can't take nothing from him, but still just let that man have his glory. Y'all bashed him for the last few years online. And now that he shut all y'all up and proved y'all wrong, y'all gotta give him his credit. You know what I'm saying? Leave that man alone. But like I said, I never seen so many casual fans come in for a fight. And like I said, the casual fans, they bring in money. They do bring in new eyes. It's not the worst thing. I'm not bashing them. I'm saying I'm a casual fan of certain things, but when it comes to boxing, that's the only sport I watch. You feel me? I mean, I'm rocking the Ravens hat, but I'm repping where I come from. But boxing is the only sport I watch. So it's like I'm definitely dialed in and tuned in all the time. That don't mean I know everything and I can never be wrong. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of us just really biting down and putting in the time and really looking at these fighters and these fights for years. It's not just right now because Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence fighting. We've been watching Terrence Crawford fight for years. We've been watching Errol Spence fight for years, waiting for this fight to happen. Like I said, I've been waiting 5 years. The fight is 5 years in the making. Casuals probably don't know that. You know what I mean? But it's definitely an older fight that the diehard fans been waiting for. But like I said, man, it is what it is. I just noticed it definitely brought in a lot of eyes that wouldn't normally be on the sport. And, it's a double-edged sword. It's good for the sport. It brought some money, but then you bring in a lot of bullshit. A lot of people don't know what they talking about. A lot of people bringing in energy that we don't really need in the sport. You know what I'm saying? The sport ain't about bashing fighters. We respect all fighters. You know what I'm saying? Any man that step into the ring and fully prepares himself, we gotta respect because he put his life on the line anytime he does that. People saying Earl didn't prepare. There's stuff like that. Just let you see that they don't know what they talking about and they don't really have no respect for the game. You think Earl didn't train or didn't prepare? You know what I'm saying? He just went up against a better man. Simple as that. Don't have nothing to do with how he trained and he was weight trained and just all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Earl Spence knew how he felt. He knew all that stuff going into the fight better than anybody else in the world. And he still decided to go into the fight. So who can we blame for that? If any of this stuff is true, you know what I'm saying? Earl Spence knew better than anybody. He knew he was drained. He knew his brain wasn't right. He knew his eyes was shifting. He knew somebody had put something in his drink. He knew somebody had gave him some liquid THC. He knew he smoked a blunt. He knew Terrence Crawford gloves was low. He knew all this stuff, but he still went to the fight. Made a whole lot of money. You know what I'm saying? At the same time. So it's just like, I just want people to give Terrence Crawford his due credit. They already trying to find all these crazy fights. Terrence Crawford versus Floyd Mayweather. Is he better than Floyd Mayweather? That's a whole nother era, a whole nother level of fighting. You know what I'm saying? I love Floyd Mayweather. I love Terrence Crawford, but I really don't really be comparing them because we'll never know. You know what I'm saying? Floyd got like 10 years on Crawford. They from two different eras. Then I seen the Tank Davis and Terrence Crawford fight. I hate that fight. I hate that fight. I hate the talks of that fight. They my two favorite fighters. There's no way in the world I want to see them fight. You know what I'm saying? It don't really make sense. They two different weight classes. Terrence is way bigger than Javante. But they definitely two of my favorite fighters. So when I even seen that talk, I'm like, man, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? So what's next for Terrence Crawford? I don't know. I mean, people throwing Ennis out there. People throwing Tim Zoo out there. People throwing Charlo out there. People throwing a rematch out there. Out of all those fights, the fight that would interest me the most, not saying it's the most deserving, but the fight that would interest me the most out of all those fights probably would be Ennis. Tim Zoo, I like Tim Zoo, but people don't really know him. He ain't really did a whole lot in the game, you know what I'm saying? Had he fought Jamel and became undisputed, that would have been a good fight for Terrence Crawford right there to go ahead and get that undisputed at 154. But outside of that, it don't really make a whole lot of sense. The rematch, I don't know how much money gonna be there after the first fight, but I could see them running that back. It brought in a lot of attention. They made a lot of money. But as far as from a fan's perspective, it probably would be Jaron Ennis. I think he washed Jaron Ennis, but I think that's probably the most exciting fight that we could really see Terrence in. You know what I'm saying? Jamel, I want to see him whoop Jamel. But if he go up to 168 and fight Canelo, then it's kind of, in my opinion, it's kind of pointless for him to come back down to 154 and face Terrence Crawford, because it might not be the best Jamel coming back down. You know what I'm saying? Dropping that weight. But anyway, man, I don't know. I just wanted to, like I say, kind of get my 2 cents on some of the stuff I've been noticing in the aftermath of the fight. Some of the narratives, and just seeing how the casuals turned this into a whole different situation. I mean, people in the comments going to each other, sending death threats. It got crazy over the fight. And the fight over, we all know who was the best man, and it's still crazy. But anyway, that's all I got, man. Make sure y'all like the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Shout out to my subs, man. My numbers getting up there to me. They low, but they getting up there to me. So I appreciate everybody rocking with me. I'm trying to put out more content. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of good fights coming up. So I'm looking forward to dropping some comments on some of these fights coming up. But y'all hop in the comments and let me know what y'all think about the casual impact of this fight. You know what I'm saying? Did y'all notice it? Was it a good thing? Was it a bad thing? Y'all hop in the comments and let me know. Y'all make sure y'all check me out on IG at Loud Pack Boxing. Y'all check me out on IG at The Jab Effect. Me and my partner Combo Breaker 99 over there. Y'all make sure y'all check me out on TikTok at Loud Pack Boxing. Y'all can check us out on Facebook at The Jab Effect. So yeah, check out the Jab Podcast, just about boxing. Me and my partner Combo Breaker 99 over there. We do the partner commentary over there, which is interesting too, bouncing off each other. I like doing that too. I like doing the solo, but we do the partner thing over there. So y'all make sure y'all check us out if y'all haven't. But like I say, man, it's your boy P. Y'all be safe, stay out the way, and I'm out.